So what are the Visual Planning Awards all about? It's our chance to celebrate your work with what impacts you're making with our little piece of software. And in the grand scheme of things, economically, in the grand scheme of the history of computing science, or even construction computing, we're a small little application in the grand scheme of things. And a small little force on those horns that saved Charlie from getting gored by a bull out in the field. And when you find that little bit of force in the right place, the right time with our software, we're going to celebrate that with you. Now, you got to make a submission in order to be judged. The judging is quite straightforward, and we have these categories. And there are 3 different things that we're working on here in these awards. One is Partner of the Year. How many here work internationally? And I don't mean you personally, but your company. Lots of you, lots of you. And the bigger companies in the world who are at the commanding heights of our industry, because they set the tone, they set the leadership, they set these standards, that we hire their people, learn from their experience, and it trickles down, and the innovations that they provide create the standards for how we work in construction. Because construction work is interchangeable. Processes must be common. Can you imagine the chaos or the cost of organizing a supply chain if the way we work is not standardized in such a fragmented industry? James Benham has 10,000 users for his software. There's a lot of companies that are doing this stuff, and they can't all invent ways of working between each other, right? We can't do that. So we set out strategically to go to the top of the industry and say, we want to be your standard for how you do planning and scheduling in this visual environment. Which means they're going to look at us and say, yep, okay, fine. We're now in Western Australia. We're now in Mexico. We're now in the top of a mountain in Chile. And how do you support us? So those are the dimensions of what we have to do to focus on being what we want to be, which is a global standard, which is what we all seek. What's a global standard for project planning and scheduling? Everyone? P6. P3 before that. They won that battle somewhere in the late 90s. Not bad. But you look at it, it is a global standard. Okay? And it was brought to Primavera systems through all of their international partners. They didn't have any international staff. They didn't have any international offices. None of it. It was all created out of the hard work, and I mean hard work, of the partners like Sergio. So we have Partner of the Year. And the third, second out of 3, is the University Challenge. Last year we opened up a category that says, we have university partners. We have university users. We give our software to universities that teach construction globally. And at one point the count was 125 universities around the world, from Estonia and Serbia and the Middle East and the Far East, utilizing Synchro as part of an educational program. From anything from using Synchro to show a student how something is built. Nothing more. This is how a project of this type gets built. Had nothing to do with scheduling, had nothing to do with anything other than, here's some information that's usable to you as a student in a construction program. And instantaneously, instead of talking about something and it's abstract to a 20-year-old student, it's now immediately concrete. So that's on one level of why they use our software. And the instructor or professor is building these models. We're using models that are coming from you in your case studies. All the way to PhD students hacking and integrating and trying to add all kinds of capabilities within our software within their own research areas. And so this is a university program, and it's all over the place. And then the last category is visual planning, which has selection criteria. Categories are industrial, buildings, infrastructure. And we all know kind of what those mean, right? We do, right? Special consideration. So they do fit categorically within those segments, but there's something going on with this team and this project that's a bit special. So we have this category as a way of recognizing their activities. And then Project of the Year, which is basically, of all the submissions we get, which one is the most outstanding? Across any category, across any opportunity to be judged. And so the highest score in an objective manner is considered as part of that, okay? And the outstanding winner this year had a score that was statistically way above the rest. And the submissions this year were amazing, absolutely amazing. And John, by the way, John Burko, led the review process. And then there's 4D Synchronian of the Year, which is an individual who's made a fantastic impact on their business, on their project, on their business, and in the industry that they serve. So, Partner of the Year. And the nominees and the finalists are three of them. Now we have partners all over the world, but these three stand out. Excitech in England. We are a British company. All right, born and bred in England. Home of the Industrial Revolution, believe it or not. Home of the author of Lord of the Rings. Home of the authors from history. So that's Excitech, but they're out of a little suburb of London. And then there's DMS in China. Has supported a massive project in China by an American company who's investing $5 billion to provide for a nice day out for a family in China. And it's Shanghai Disneyland. And they're part of our ability to support our customer in China as one of the attributes of why they were finalists. And then we have Verano in Brazil, who for the last 2 years has been Partner of the Year. And the criteria for Partner of the Year is what's the impact on your local economy, on your economy within the geographies that we look to spread Synchro on a global basis. Okay? So the only thing we change globally on our application is the language you select, which is basically go to Tools, pick your language, and it immediately renders in that language. You go back to English, you could flip between English and Russian or English and French on the fly. And the winner is Verano. Say hello.
Okay, I would like to talk a little bit of the history of Synchro in Brazil. I think we are changing the way the companies are doing the planning in Brazil. Because as you know, all the scheduling tools are very good to do strategic planning. And when you go to the tactics to do the construction job site, Synchro is the best one. It has all the features and functions that help the schedulers to go deep in the planning. And we are developing, we are teaching the owners in Brazil to take advantage on it and ask for all the construction industry to adopt this kind of scheduling methodology. And we believe truly that will help us to improve our economy. Then now we are expanding this to the other countries that we work, as Colombia, Peru, Chile, Mexico, and really believing this is making the difference in the construction and in the economy of these countries. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, so the University Challenge. So we say to the universities that are part of our program, take on a challenge. Last year it was kind of open-ended. This year it was more prescriptive. And we had 14, so they had to work through a specific program of works and follow the the instructions, all the submittal requirements on deadline as university teams. And we had 14 schools compete from students across undergraduate programs, graduate programs, so in a master's degree program, and PhD teams. And they represented 8 countries in this submission. They all did it in English, and they had various requirements to submit, from recorded video, not of their project model, but of themselves, and answering certain questions about 4D within their universe of thinking, okay? To program, schedule, model, analyze, and these are all part of the submission process. And the finalists, out of these 14 schools and many teams, one school had 3 teams. 3 teams. Texas A&M University, Commerce, Georgia Tech, or Georgia Institute of Technology, and Auburn University. And, you know, we were not surprised that the finalists had the highest score were all American, but we were a bit surprised with how close all the rest of the countries who were represented were. But clearly on an objective basis, these were the 3. You know, a Serbian team, times 3, who had amazing results. And we have 0 customers in Serbia. 0. Okay? But they graduate and they go to other countries where they're working. Okay? Just to give you a connection of what's happening and why a university program is important. So, these are the 3 finalists. And the winner is Texas A&M University Commerce. So, gentlemen, can you, okay. So, now what you are witnessing here is part of the award, beside, you know, stay down there. Part of the award, because we're not the U.S. hockey team in 1980. We're better than it, no. Part of the award for the students is a $2,500 scholarship. Okay? 1. And they spent it to come here. And so therefore we had made the award 2 weeks ago, just before the end of the year. So the submission deadline was sometime in late December. The 5th of December. We assessed them and we awarded, picked the award and gave these guys some spending money to come here. So this is the Texas A&M sponsored team. And introduce yourself and a few words, less than me.
My name is Gordon Norman. Me and Ethan were both here last year. We brought some more people with us this year, and they really helped us out a lot.
My name is Joshua Hughes, and this year working with you, I'm a senior this year, so this will be my last year. But it was a great chance and a great opportunity to experience a great software and to show everybody what we really can do with it and what the future holds to do with it.
Hello, my name is George West. I'm also a senior at Texas A&M Commerce, graduating with technology management. I just was glad to be able to participate in this program and show us how we can bring value to our clients, which is our main end goal, and also bring visibility to our school. Thank you.
My name is Coy Warner. I just want to say thank you to Synchro. It means a lot for a company like y'all to invest in our futures, so thank y'all.
Tyler Culliver, I'm a senior in technology management at Texas A&M University Commerce. I just want to say thank you to Synchro especially for the opportunity that we had. All of our guys on our team, we thought from the beginning that we would win this competition because we believed in ourselves. And we're all really excited to be here.